Welcome to our latest video, where we look into a topic that touches everyone's life: the often overlooked importance of personal growth and self-care. It's easy to dismiss the simplest advice as too basic or common to make a significant difference. Yet it's precisely this basic advice that holds the key to profound transformations in our health, happiness, and overall quality of life. Today, we'll explore why ignoring this crucial piece of advice might be one of the biggest mistakes anyone can make. Self-care is an essential component of a healthy lifestyle, yet it's frequently misunderstood and neglected. At its core, self-care is about taking the time to attend to your physical, mental, and emotional health. It isn't a luxury or a selfish act. Rather, it's a fundamental practice that ensures you operate at your best, both for yourself and for others around you. Many people mistake self-care for indulgence, thinking it involves lavish spending or time-consuming activities. In reality, effective self-care can be as simple as ensuring enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, staying hydrated, and setting aside time for relaxation and stress relief. These acts might seem trivial, but their impact on your well-being is immense. Ignoring the importance of self-care often stems from a busy lifestyle, where deadlines and commitments constantly demand your attention. In such environments, taking time for oneself can feel like a luxury you can't afford. But this mindset leads to a vicious cycle of stress, decreased productivity, and eventual burnout. By understanding and implementing regular self-care, you can break this cycle, leading to a more fulfilled and balanced life. By the end of this video, you'll understand why embracing simple, effective self-care practices is not just beneficial, but essential. We'll guide you through the practical steps to integrate these habits into your daily routine, ensuring that you can enjoy the profound benefits they bring. In our journey toward personal and professional fulfillment, one piece of advice is particularly pivotal: prioritize your well-being to transform your life. Despite its simplicity, this advice is often relegated to the background, overshadowed by the immediate demands of day-to-day responsibilities and societal pressures that valorize constant productivity over personal health. The notion that taking time for oneself could be the key to unlocking a more productive, happy, and balanced life is frequently dismissed in favor of a push-through mentality. This oversight can be particularly detrimental. When we continuously neglect self-care, we not only hinder our ability to perform, but also compromise our long-term health and happiness. Ignoring this crucial advice doesn't stem from a lack of knowledge, but rather from a prevailing culture that often equates busyness with effectiveness and success. It's essential to recognize that being busy is not synonymous with being productive, and that true effectiveness comes from a well-balanced approach to life that includes time for rest and self-reflection. The neglect of self-care has tangible and far-reaching consequences. Physically, without proper rest and nutrition, our bodies become susceptible to illnesses, fatigue, and a decreased immune response. Mentally, ignoring self-care leads to increased stress and anxiety, which can spiral into more severe mental health issues like depression and burnout. Emotionally, the constant strain of an unbalanced life can strain personal relationships and lead to feelings of detachment or isolation. For example, consider a typical response to increasing work pressure: a decision to work longer hours. Initially, this might seem like a practical solution. Over time, this approach not only diminishes productivity due to fatigue, but also reduces the time available for relaxation and personal relationships, which are crucial for emotional and psychological well-being. The irony is palpable. In trying to achieve more, one ends up achieving less, feeling worse, and harming their long-term prospects. Understanding these consequences is crucial in realizing why we must not overlook simple yet profound advice. As we move forward, let's look into a turning point that often leads individuals to finally recognize the value of the advice they've been ignoring. This realization can come from various life events, but it always brings a profound shift in perspective, emphasizing that realigning our priorities towards self-care is not just beneficial, but necessary for a sustainable and fulfilling life. Recognizing the value of self-care often comes at a moment of crisis, when continuing on the same path is no longer sustainable. This moment, though challenging, serves as a critical turning point. It prompts a profound realization. The long-ignored advice of prioritizing one's well-being is not just a recommendation, but a necessity. It is at this juncture that many begin to see the clear connection between their well-being and their overall efficiency and happiness. At this turning point, individuals understand that the neglect they've been practicing isn't a pathway to success, but a roadblock. This realization often brings about a change in how they manage their time and energy. The shift doesn't require monumental changes overnight, but starts with small, manageable adjustments that collectively transform their approach to life and work. While we don't share specific personal stories, many can relate to the general experience of underestimating the importance of self-care until a pivotal moment of change. These shared experiences underline a universal truth. Understanding and implementing self-care is crucial. Across various backgrounds and industries, people find that incorporating these practices significantly improves their quality of life and work. These narratives, though varied, consistently point to an improved state of mind, increased productivity, and a more enjoyable life. They reflect a broad spectrum of society and illustrate that no one is immune to the stresses of neglecting their well-being. But they also highlight the positive outcomes of making a change towards better self-care practices. While we move forward, let's look into the scientific backing that supports the need for self-care. This evidence not only reinforces why this advice should not be ignored, but also provides a clear guide on how to implement effective self-care strategies into our daily lives. The advocacy for self-care is strongly supported by a wealth of scientific research. Studies in psychology and health sciences consistently demonstrate that regular engagement in self-care activities can lead to significant improvements in overall well-being. These studies highlight that simple activities such as adequate sleep, balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, and mindfulness practices not only enhance emotional stability, but also boost cognitive function and physical health. This body of research provides us with a clear roadmap for why these practices are not just beneficial, but essential. For instance, sleep research shows that adequate rest is crucial for memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and the proper functioning of the immune system. Similarly, nutritional studies link a balanced diet to improved mood and reduced risk of chronic diseases. These findings are crucial for understanding how intertwined our lifestyles are with our overall health outcomes. Knowing why self-care is important is the first step. Implementing it into daily life is where the real transformation begins. The key to incorporating self-care is not in making dramatic changes overnight, but in establishing small, sustainable habits. Here are some strategies to start integrating self-care into your routine. Begin by setting achievable goals that encourage positive changes without becoming overwhelming. For example, aim for a 30-minute walk 3 times a week, or dedicate 15 minutes before bed to unwind without electronic devices. Establishing a routine helps in making self-care a regular part of your life. Whether it's morning meditation, a midday walk, or journaling before bed, find what works for you and stick to it. Learn to identify the most important tasks and allocate your energy accordingly. This helps in managing stress and ensures that you are not overextending yourself. If you find it challenging to implement these changes on your own, consider seeking advice from a health professional, like a therapist or a dietitian. Implementing these strategies requires commitment and patience, but the benefits of making these small adjustments are profound and long-lasting. While we continue to explore the significance of self-care, remember that it is a personal journey that looks different for everyone. The goal is not perfection, but progress towards a healthier, more balanced life. Accepting self-care doesn't just provide immediate relief from stress. It sets the foundation for long-term health and happiness. When self-care becomes a regular part of your life, you're not just avoiding burnout. You're enhancing your resilience against future stressors. This proactive approach leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life where well-being is maintained, not just managed in moments of crisis. The long-term benefits of consistent self-care are extensive. They include improved mental health, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. When you feel well, you perform better in all areas of your life, from professional endeavors to personal relationships. This improved performance is not due to working harder, but from working smarter, with regular periods of rest and rejuvenation that optimize your energy and focus. Implementing and maintaining a self-care routine is not without its challenges. One common obstacle is the feeling of guilt associated with taking time for oneself, especially when there are other responsibilities that demand attention. It's important to shift this perspective and recognize that self-care is not a selfish act, but a responsible one. By taking care of yourself, you ensure that you are in the best possible condition to take care of others and meet your responsibilities. Another challenge is finding the time in a busy schedule. This can be addressed by integrating self-care into existing routines, rather than viewing it as an additional task. For example, consider listening to an audiobook, or practicing deep breathing during your commute, or use lunch breaks for a short walk. These small changes can make a significant difference without overwhelming your schedule. While we wrap up our discussion, it's clear that the advice to prioritize self-care is not merely a suggestion. It's a critical component of a successful, balanced life. The journey towards incorporating self-care is personal and ongoing, but the benefits are undeniable. By committing to self-care, you're not only enhancing your current quality of life, but you're also setting yourself up for long-term health and happiness. This commitment allows you to thrive in all areas of your life, reinforcing the importance of the advice we've explored today. Self-care is an investment in your future. It ensures that you are at your best, which in turn enhances your ability to handle life's challenges with greater ease and confidence. Remember, self-care does not mean you're doing less. It means you're empowering yourself to do more of what matters most, effectively and sustainably. Thank you for joining us in this video of why ignoring self-care can be a significant oversight. We hope this video has inspired you to integrate self-care practices into your daily routine and experience the transformative effects firsthand. If you found this information valuable, please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Your engagement helps us reach others who might benefit from our discussions. Taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Start today, even with the smallest step, and watch how it positively affects all aspects of your life. We look forward to seeing you in our next video, where we'll continue to explore important topics that impact your well-being and productivity. Until then, take care of yourself, because your well-being is the foundation upon which your greatest achievements will be built.